Bank and central banks. In the week ahead, central banks in Europe, Canada and Japan will have monetary policy meeting. On the earnings front, tech giants such as Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Alphabet and Amazon will be at the center of attentions. On the geopolitical front, tensions in Ukraine, chaos in the UK government and the ongoing revolution in Iran will be the most important subjects to be followed. Let's review the most important news and events in the week ahead with me, Ahura, and IFC Markets. Number 1, PMI Day. EU, some European countries, UK and United States will publish their Purchasing Manager Index numbers. Given the weakness seen in both service and manufacturing sectors, Eurozone Composite October PMI is expected to have declined. Same in the UK. The October service PMI in the UK is expected to contract to 49.6. In the US, manufacturing PMI is due to decline to 51.1, while the service sector is expected to have serious warnings with a sharp decline to 45. The effect of these expected data will be nothing but more weakness in the stock markets. Number 2, Bank of Canada. The Bank of Canada policymakers are expected to raise the rates further, but at a slower pace than before. Inflation started to slow down. Economic indicators have clearly softened in recent months. Employment declined, and September monthly GDP data point to a clear slowing in the pace of growth. Therefore, it's normal to see a slowdown in the tightening measures to study the results of decisions made so far. However, the expected 50 basis point rate hike decision will put the Canadian dollar in the weaker position. Number 3, European Central Bank. Unlike PLC, the European Central Bank is expected to continue with its first full piece of monetary tightening. Inflation in the Eurozone has still no sign of softening. Therefore, even if the economy in the Eurozone potentially already contracting, to return inflation closer to its 2% target, there is no way for ECB to increase the interest rates by at least another 75 basis points to 1.50%. It's also expected that policymakers start to plan to reduce the size of European Central Bank's balance sheet. These expected monetary policies are supposed to help the euro to regain some of its earlier losses. Number 4, Bank of Japan. BOJ's interest rate decision, statement and conference will be held on Friday. Even if 20-year government bond yields rose to a new high and challenging the central bank's ultra-easy policies, and BOJ conducted emergency bond buying operations for a second time, still we are not expected to see any changes in the monetary policies which are supposed to support the stock markets and hold the pressures on the yen, especially against the euro. Number 5, US personal income and spending. Before Friday's data, we are expected to see consumer confidence remains under pressure and decline to 104.1. However, since the average income also was increasing in line with inflation, we expect to see continued resiliency in spending and forecast real personal spending even rose by 0.1%, and PCE price index in September compared with October is expected to decline by 0.1%. These data means that economic conditions are in line with the central bank's predictions, which is positive news for the US stock markets. Finally, number 6, earnings of the week. Google, Visa, 3M, Spotify, and Coca-Cola will report their Q3 earnings on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Microsoft, Facebook, Boeing, CME Group, and Ford Motors will release their earnings. On Thursday, Apple, Amazon, MasterCard, McDonald's, Honeywell, and Intel will be in the center of attention. ExxonMobil and Chevron also are the most known companies to publish their earnings on Friday. Thanks for watching this video and hope it's going to be an amazing week for all of you guys.